Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most important videos that I'm ever going to make, and if you guys have never listened to any of these videos, I suggest listening to this one right now. Alright guys, so I decided to film a little bit outside because it is freaking nice right now. It's like a solid 50 degrees, but it feels like 80 to me since I, live in Wisconsin. There's still snow. So as you guys can see, the title of this video is about goal setting, and this is like one of the most important things that I'm going to talk about on my channel, and that how it's much more the big picture and kind of like tips along the way, how to write better goals, how to like do daily things every day so you can get a lot closer to reaching your goals. Alright, so I'm going to explain a little bit how my goals, how they kind of didn't add up to what I actually ended up wanting, which was the 132-pound high school wrestling state championship. Throughout the whole year, I kind of showed my dominance throughout the whole division and how I was definitely a top contender for that #1 spot. And yes, I lost 2 matches early on, but still to this day, I still think that the better wrestler lost. Even though, people can say, well, you lost, he beat you, but even if you're on a bad day, you still lost. I don't care about any of that. My goal was to win that state championship. And you guys saw in that sectional video, if you saw it, that I didn't even make it to state. And that was just a very dramatic thing in my life. And it still haunts me to this day. But nonetheless, this has been the greatest year of my life, definitely. Not even because how I did so well in my wrestling season. I did have a record of, I think, 41-5 maybe, or 42-5. Definitely not my best season ever, record-wise. But it was still the most, I guess, improved season that I ever had. I learned more things about myself this year than I had in any other year. I'm making more and more of these videos, and I just absolutely love how you guys enjoy these videos so much, and that I actually have somewhat of a following now. So I really, really appreciate that. And no matter what your goals are, of course the goal of course hitting the goal is the goal of whatever you want to do, but more importantly, it's who you become along the way. Alright, so we're done with that little segment, but now I'm going to tell you guys the tips and tricks of how I write my goals and how I do about all my morning routines and stuff, and what you guys should definitely implement. Alright guys, definitely step 1 in this, decide what your goals are. So actually sit down for about 10-15 minutes and just think about what do you want to accomplish this next year, this next week, kind of what you want to do in wrestling, what you don't want to do later in life. But that's just the first one. Just kind of decide what your goals are that you want to accomplish. After you decided all of your goals, everything that you kind of want to accomplish, here's what I definitely recommend, and this is probably one of the #1 things that I recommend out of this whole video, is that grab a notebook. Doesn't have to be a big notebook at all, even though you might need some more. But what I started to do, you guys can see this date. So this was 2 years ago, and what I have actually been doing is I wrote my goals and what I wanted to do on pages and pages and pages, and honestly a heck of a lot. Alright, at the beginning I would always say what I wanted, I want to be successful, I want to win, I want to be the best, I am the best, I have the willpower, I have what it takes, I am happy, I am rich, I will excel, I want to be happy, things like that. That's what I kind of wrote down a bunch, and then I also, along with that, I wrote down my specific goals. I wanted to be the 2019 132-pound high school wrestling state champion in the state of Wisconsin. And the goal with writing your goals down each and every day is you have to be as specific as possible. And actually today I was watching a Gary Vee video, his latest vlog or something, and I kind of got this out of his video. He didn't directly say it, but what I took from it is that no one knows what you're looking for unless you ask. So whoever you believe in, if you believe in God or an infinite intelligence or anything like that, that person or the world doesn't know what you're looking for unless you ask for it. So it's pretty much you have to set a goal in order to hit it, and that's the main thing here. Now, a lot of you may be thinking writing your goals down every day is just such a hassle. It's just takes too much time out of your day, you're too busy, stuff like that. And honestly, that's absolutely a ridiculous excuse, because if you don't have 10 extra minutes a day, then you really don't have a life. So what I usually do is I wake up probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock ish, and then I sit up, I grab my pen, go over to my book, and I just start writing. So literally right when you wake up, maybe right when you go to bed, anytime during the day when you think about it, put it in your notes or something, just type it out, write it out, and then say it over and over and over again in your head. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are big into reading or anything, but I'm a really big fan of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and what he talks about a lot is that if you think it over and over again, you soon to believe it. What you think about, you become. So let's say you're thinking about and writing about how you want to be the state champion wrestler this next coming season. Now, once you start with writing that goal down each and every day, that plugs in your brain so much, and you'll be constantly thinking about it. You'll constantly think about you're on the podium with your bracket sheet, your hand raised at the end of the match, the final score when you look at the score. You start to see these things in your head, and it starts, you're like, I'm getting chills right now, I'm like talking about it, but like, you start to like feel like you actually won it. Like you start to feel like all the hard work you've been putting in, everything you've been doing, it's working, and you're getting your dream, like getting your goal, your accomplishment, whatever you want to call it, you're actually succeeding. So like Muhammad Ali said, he knew he was the greatest before he even was. And that's one of the most powerful things I ever heard. And once you start believing that, you do these things and you implement them, and you just, your brain goes crazy, and honestly, you are like, to me at least, you're definitely like 10 times, hundreds of times more likely to accomplish that goal. Alright guys, another trick that I have is I'll leave the link in the description, but if you don't know who Tony Robbins is like an absolute beast. He's like, knows how to pull at people's heartstrings. So what Tony Robbins does is he helps people come out of financial stress and mental instability, and he really helps them out and makes them become a better person. So one of these things that he does is called priming. So it's like a form of meditation. You know, it's not just a it could be, it's kind of like that, but instead it's a lot different and it's a lot more effective. So he leads you through all these different kind of trainings. It's like 10 minutes long. Do this when you wake up. I used to do this, and I will definitely start today because I'm just in the mood, and I'm just gonna decide for myself that enough's enough, and I'm just gonna start being the best I can be. But he leads you through, you have to sit up in a chair, and then he tells you to do these breathing exercises. He gets your arms up, brings them down. It's like a whole phenomenon, but it's awesome. And he goes through on what you're thankful for, what you want to accomplish, and gets you feeling in the best mood ever to start off your day. So I know the youth state championship for my state, at least the Wisconsin youth wrestling state championships, is actually this weekend. So I want to get it out before, so they actually get a chance to see this, because I know there's a lot of kids in my town wrestling youth program called Wildcat Wrestling Club. And so good luck to all you guys if you're watching this right now. There's like 13 of you, and I know you guys are gonna kick some butt. You guys are doing better and better every year. Just keep going at it. So you guys may be thinking like, oh, I'm a sophomore, I already, you know, missed my opportunity being a freshman, you know, being that 4-time state champ. Or maybe you're like, oh, I'm already a senior, I'm done with wrestling. Or maybe you're like, oh, wrestling's about to end, so I don't need to do any of this. The faster you start, and the, you know, as soon as you can, is definitely better. So this one saying goes, it was better to plant a tree 30 years ago than it is now, but it's better to plant the tree now than it is 30 years from now. So even like, so I play Fortnite, I do Fortnite streams sometimes. So even Tfue says that like how to be a successful streamer was to start streaming 5 years ago non-stop. And honestly, that's totally right. Like the quicker you can start is definitely the better. This is like the same with investing your money. They always teach you to start early on, because then as time goes on, you'll get better and better and better. So I preach that so much. If you haven't started yet, start right now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the comment contest. For our first winner, we have D-Train. D-Train comments on like every one of my videos, so thank you so much, D-Train. He just said, I just want to say you had a great season and you have changed many people's lives and you changed my life. That means so much to me, D-Train. You have no idea. That means so much. Thank you. Alright, our next comment contest winner was David H.S. He says, going 4-0 at a tournament and you have one match left. Stud with bleach hair in his chat. And I could not relate to this more. This was actually really funny. I was dying laughing when I read this. Alright, next, we got Green on God. I love your videos, man. You impact my life a lot. Green on God, that means so much. Thank you guys for that. If you guys would like to be in the next comment contest, all you have to do is comment something cool, funny, hysterical, something like that, and you'll probably get in it. Thanks, guys. Back to the vid.
Alright, now let's say you do all these things, and you know, you write down your goals every day, and you still don't accomplish what you set out for. So I was talking earlier in the video, this happened to me. and I didn't achieve my goal of being this year's high school wrestling state champion. And honestly, it did take a toll. But at the end of the day, you have to understand and realize that everything is gonna be okay. You're still alive, you're still living. You woke up today, like, if you guys live in America, like, you live in this amazing country where you can do whatever you want. You know, except break the law and stuff, but whatever. And that you have to truly be grateful, no matter what. If you accomplish your goal, if you don't accomplish your goal, honestly, it's just about being a better person and who you are after all this happens. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all 6,030 of you right now. We just hit that 6,000 subscriber mark, and I am so grateful for that. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time.